ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Happy Sunday. How's everyone doing today? Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin is currently trading at 114,927.98 cents. Hey, what's going on, guys? Let's take a look. First things first. Oh, actually, we just breached 115 again. Very nice. Let's go refresh our liquidation heat map and see where we're at. 12 hours. Zoom in. Cool. We got some drama on X. It's kind of exciting. Down below we got some pretty hefty liquidity. 114,226. And that goes all the way down. Goes down pretty far. I'm gonna stop, I guess, right here where the thick stuff stops. 110,083. Okay. You gotta be pretty ballsy to open up a long right now. 115,827. Like enough of a long to equate a couple $100 million. And this goes, I guess I'll stop right here. 118,087. Okay. And that's it. Pretty I don't know. Uniform? Is that the right word? Where is the bottom? Is the bottom right at my retrace target? No? Am I crazy? How far down did I go? Oh, I understand. There's one right there, Tyler said we cooked, or is this a spring? See, I'm still gonna hold out the possibility. I don't know if that's the right terminology. I'm still gonna exercise the possibility, the idea that we might do one of these and then fill the wick and then get our parabolic explosion to the upside. I could be completely wrong. A wick does not always have to fill. So, and that wick was kind of speculatively incorrect in some cases. We do have a bullish cross over the moving average and the RSI. Green dot on our momentum wave, sending that higher. Everything looks good for continued upside. Is it going to continue that way? I have no idea. Some alts are pretty spiced up here. It's kind of exciting. Getting a nice rebound. There is news. I'm actually going to go straight to that. China says new export controls on rare earths are not a ban on exports, and applications that meet regulations will be approved. They are willing to strengthen dialogue to better maintain stability of global industrial and supply chains. And basically, people are estimating that there's either a mistranslation or misinterpretation of the letter that China sent out, and that allegedly is what led to the de-risking on Friday, which again, kind of the event that happened and what actually took place definitely seems like they just kind of used the Trump tariff situation as a mask, a veil to trigger this event, to justify this event. But it definitely seems like there was, like, I'm not in the conspiracy boat thinking that this was some big orchestrated crazy thing, like where books were cooked and stuff was done behind the scenes, but I would not put it past the exchanges to trigger this liquidation event to make money. You know, if there's $19 billion on the table, Trump 100% tariffs on China, do it. They flip the switch, $19 billion goes in their pocket. Nobody can prove anything because on-chain is relatively private unless you KYC. And if they're the ones who are KYCing, what does it matter if they risk $1 billion forcing this cascading liquidation event if they're getting $19.8 billion out of the back end anyways? That $1 billion can sit on chain, on the exchange, whatever, for forever. Nobody cares because they got $19.8 billion out of it. So I don't know. I'm 50-50 on it still. Bitcoin 115,290 and 61 cents. Bitcoin dominance 59.6. It did break below 60, thankfully. Let's see if this bad boy continues to the downside. It did look weak. Like it was in a solid uptrend, and then this situation happened. Ben Cowan was claiming victory, and Crypto Crow actually apparently is ripping him a new one on X, and it's kind of a beautiful sight to see. I'm not gonna lie. I'm relatively a fan of Crow. I think he's a cool dude, but Cowan rubs me the wrong way, always has, and Crow just ripping into him. It tickles me. I'm mildly satisfied. Coach said, so we get the biggest liquidation, and now it looked like nothing happened. Too funny, this manipulation. Is it? Is it funny? It is quite funny, isn't it? Flex said, home finally missed all the drama. It was good drama, dude. It was such good drama. I'm not going to lie. I was pretty stoked. ETH is up 10.5% on the day. The dump is almost entirely erased on the big boys. ETH currently trading at 41.40 and 31 cents. The dump started at 43. So $200 and ETH is back to square one. Good to go. And guess what? The RSI is entirely reset. Beautiful. Crow's a normal dude. Cowan is a robot. I think that's the problem. I think that's literally the problem. Crow like cares about people, and Cowan is like numbers and Bitcoin. And Crow is like, what is wrong with you? Because Cowan's like, I was right, guys. I said that the Bitcoin dominance was going to go up, and it went up. And nobody cares. Because there's no way anyone could have predicted what happened. So he's just kind of the broken clock situation. And he did specifically say that it was going to go up in September. So he was wrong, as far as I'm concerned. And I would argue that until he was blue in the face, because I know it would tear him apart. I was not wrong. I was not wrong. I wasn't wrong. He would freak out, and it would be really funny. He would like piss himself. He's one of those kids. There was a kid in school that like took dodgeball way too seriously, and we're playing. This is in middle school, and we're playing dodgeball, and he was like whooping everyone's ass, and then we all start yelling. We're like, David, you're out. David, you're out. And he got so red in the face, and he screamed bloody murder. It was so funny, dude. It was so funny. Definitely a canon event. That was like stuck in my head for the rest of my life. I'm like, damn, that was funny as hell. Tishu said, BNB almost at all-time high again. Flexa said, look at Tau. Ben, just shave it, Cowan, right? Tom Stockscoat said, people absolutely trash Cowan on that post, and I loved it. It's about damn time, dude. It is about damn time. I've been saying Cowan is a douchebag for like 2-3 years. Everyone always like gets quiet when I talk about it. But today I was vindicated, so take that, Ben Cowan. I gotta fix my webcam. It's all blurry for me being a dumbass. Okay. All right, let's go take a look at Tau and then BNB. Not licensed. Oh, Coach said biggest liquidation. Oh, okay, I read that. Yeah. Tau. Ooh, Tau's completely recovered. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. This bad boy wicked all the way down to 140. It is currently sitting at 380. And like nothing happened. Perfectly recovered. That is a strong coin. That's what you want to see. Let's see if we can break 413 next. And then BNB. BNB also fully recovered. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. What a day. What a day. This thing wicked all the way down to 860. Currently sitting at 1300. Pretty much 50% dips across the board, which is insanity. But nevertheless, the uptrend continues. The bear trap is fulfilled, not financial advice. Sol struggling a little bit compared to the big boys, but you know, there's going to be a lag, I'm sure. But it is up 10.75%. It just happened to dump more than ETH, apparently. Let's see if we can get back above 200. If we do, I suspect once we get above 200, it's going to be pretty quick to get above 216. So we'll see what happens. The wick was almost completely filled on Sol, which was interesting. Got back above 184 and then pumped pretty hard up to 196 right now. Bullish cross over the moving average and the RSI. Green down to momentum wave. All signs point to upward. Looking good. Let's see if we get a rejection at 50 on the RSI, though. Volume looks really good, too, here. Total 3 is up 7.08%. We did technically hold 1 trillion. Let's go. That's what we want to see. Now, what we don't want to see is a rejection of 1.07. We're going to get above that. If we could get above that for the weekly close, that would be good. But I don't know if I see that happening, to be completely honest. I would look for next weekly close for above 1.07 on total 3. Coach said I saw Tau at 140. I was shocked, and I want to try to buy, but in a few seconds it re-up to over 240. Yeah, that's how it went pretty much on every exchange. Flexus said, me too, bro. Anything below 300 was nice, though. Tom Salk Scout said, Trump just pumped Barron's bags, right? Right. John 316 said, we are so back. Flexus said, amen. John316 says smash the like. Crow is pumping. Okay. ADA is also up 10.86, just like Sol. ADA did not fill the wick because the wick on ADA was like a suicide drop, I would call it. But it looks like 60 cents held relatively strong. Currently sitting at 70.05. Is it going to close above 70? I hope so. I think that'd be cool. Even 71 would be even better. We've got a bullish cross over the moving average on the RSI and a green dot on the momentum wave, pushing higher. My target, bull target, probably completely back up to 82. That would be, obviously, for all of these coins, I'm going to look for everything to reach its valuation, its pre-dump valuation. The pre-Trump dump valuation. Coach said the funniest part is the guy who create a new account and strangely made over 80 million shorting the event. Yeah, that one was crazy. I mean, that was clearly barren, not financial advice. All right, let's be completely honest. It's smart to create a new account every time. SNEK is up 14.09% on the day. Beautiful recovery, held 30 nicely. SNEK dropped 25% and has since recovered 17 to 20%. I mean, the overall, this is a 50% drop with the wick, but I know I dollar cost average. I added in down here. I was very excited to, and I'm probably going to continue to add more, especially if this rejects. Ooh, I'm going to scoop up even more, dude. It's gonna get nasty up in this bad boy. We got a bullish cross over the moving average in the RSI. Volume is dropping a little bit on MXC specifically, and a green dot on the momentum wave signaling further upside. XRP is up 6.36% on the day. Currently trading at 253. Struggling to get back above 257, but it did get above 250, so a close above 250 will make me happy. Green dot on the momentum wave and bullish cross over the moving average on the RSI. Flex is set right. Orders were placed at them wick lows too. Bags got filled. For real. For real. That's my biggest thing. And the funny thing that I saw was Morgan Stanley lifting regulations on all cryptocurrencies for all of their customers. And then, boom, hour later, insta-wick to fill those big boy bags for Morgan Stanley, 50% down. So now they can sell everything for 100% gain. They basically double their money overnight because all their customers are like, I want to buy some Solana. My nephew said that he made $500 on a something called a JPEG. What's a GIF? Is it GIF or GIF? HBAR up 9.93% on the day, currently trading at 1847. We held, what did we hold? 16, I guess. We got above 1750. So next step should be 20 by default. Bullish cross over the moving average in the RSI. Green dot on the momentum wave signaling further upside. All of these coins were super oversold. They're still sitting below 50 on the RSI. Oscillators have been reset like you wouldn't believe. Can we fully recover? For HBAR, we're looking for 20, 21 cents for a fully recover. Honestly, I think it's just because of the price where it's at. 14% drop. Don't seem that bad, honestly. Really doesn't seem bad at all. It's up 10% on the day. A lot of double-digit gains for the day. SWE is up 10% as well, currently trading at 279.63. We held 250. Beautiful psychological level hold right here. Insta bounce off that bad boy. Got above 275. We're sitting at 279.65 right now. Close above 275 would be incredibly bullish. We do have a bullish crossover the moving average on the RSI. It is starting to curl down, it looks like, and we got a green down on our momentum wave signaling further upside. Can we get that break above $3 again? Hopefully. Gosh, this thing wicked through every single support level possible. That's so crazy. It really does. Unfortunately, people want this big grand conspiracy, and it might have been triggered by a grand conspiracy. Like, I'm not saying that it's not possible that the exchanges cooperated and caused this event to happen, but I don't think that there was any backdoor manipulation of like actual code or metrics or anything like that. I think that they knew that their order books were thin, that there was no retail whatsoever. The retail that was here was offering $19.8 billion in liquidity, so they were like, screw it. Let's just sell. Let's get all these market orders filled and take these bad boys down 50%. Dump the couple $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, and we'll make it back in the $19.8 billion profits that we get from all these liquidations. And they just flipped the switch and sent that bad boy. They waited for the right catalyst and they did it. Not financial advice. Ondo is up 13.26%. Beautiful recovery from Ondo. Ondo also wicked all the way down to 25 cents. Held 67, 67.31. This is why you don't panic sell, guys. How many people, unfortunately, and I'm not going to sit here and point blame at anybody. I probably would have freaked out if I would have been watching this live. I probably lost my mind. But how many people, unfortunately, probably sold during these wicks? That sucks. That's awful, dude. That's so bad. So don't panic sell. Not financial advice. If you see something crazy going on and you're like, oh my gosh, I've already lost 90% of my portfolio, what are you going to do with the other 10%? You're going to look like a weenie. Oh, I got a couple grand now. Lose it all. Be a man. Not financial advice. Don't listen to me. Anyways, Ondo looks good. Currently sitting at 81.31. Can it get back above $1? It was really struggling at 95.35, so I don't expect that to happen anytime soon. But if it gets above 84.84, I will consider that a full recovery. It's pretty dang close. I would say Ondo is 5% away from being completely made whole again, which is quite impressive for as big of a dump as it took. Aerodrome up 17.33% on the day. Beautiful dip buying opportunity. This thing went all the way down to like 28, 29 cents. Held 76.03 very nicely. 75 nice psychological level that it also held. As soon as we kind of solidified that hold, it blasted up above 86 and it's currently sitting at 91.68%, above 90, which is awesome. If it can close above 90, that would be great. Can it get above $1 again? Similar situation to Ondo. We got our purple trend line here, which is kind of like a legacy trend line, I would call it. Going all the way back to April, actually. So can we get back above our April trend line? And then this would be the fake out. And then we can just blast to the upside. And we can call that a pattern. That is my hopes and dreams. We got a green dot on the momentum wave on Market Cipher and a bullish crossover the moving average on the RSI. Pinlink is up 9.83%. Can it recouple with the fractal? That would be pretty insane to see. But so far it's having trouble just getting above this purple trend line, which happens to be at 36.23. I don't think the price is... Actually, this is where it wicked before. This is the lowest the price has ever been, besides this monstrous manipulated dip. Can I get back above that and start trading normally? Hopefully. Green dot on the momentum wave, bullish crossover the moving average. All signs point to upwards. We do get some indecisive candles here with some buying and selling pressure. Wicks on both ends, so we'll see if that turns into anything. Renders up 15.06% on the day, currently trading at 272.48. Broke above 260. Held... What did we hold? 230? It looks good. Bullish crossover the moving average on the RSI. Green dot on the momentum wave. Hopefully, we can get above 280 and then head towards $3. 280 is kind of a midpoint between 260 and 3. So, makes sense. Volume's awful. Render is one of those few that, like, kind of, it performed bad and it didn't really recover that good. 15% is nice, but you know, it's still 20% away from fully recovered. So this thing got decimated. Absolutely decimated. Stellar's up 5.63% on the day, currently trading at 34.12. Stellar held up beautifully. This bad boy is only, well, 10 to 12% away from fully recovered. Sitting at 34.11, 36.51. I would say 36.51. We can call it whole. So we're kind of in midpoint right now. Yeah, let's call it 8%. Give me 7-8% more on Stellar, and then I'll call it whole. But we got our little cushion zone right here between 32.13 and 36.51, and it held quite nicely. Bullish crossover the moving average, green dot on the momentum wave, and a confirmed green dot on Market Cipher. That's a big deal. Let's see if this thing sends it into the stratosphere. Let's see. Plexus said, yeah, it was definitely orchestrated. Someone in newer coins lower price than most holders now. Cheeky bastards. Our coach said our portfolio was worth, for a few minutes, an iPhone 5. Right? Plexus said, LMAO, Motorola money. Woo! Render gender bender. LOL, the dominance wick. Coach said, did you accumulate some coins today? Yes, I absolutely did. More money, said Dork Doge Fork. Take a look. Don't sleep on this one. Where's it at? Do I go to a deck screener? You gotta let me know what chain. Polkadot up 7.94% on the day, currently trading at 323. Polkadot's a weird one. Not a lot of volume, even on a dump. The dump didn't really, I mean, I guess it's a pretty big candle, so maybe that's the problem. It was oversold, incredibly oversold. It hasn't recovered that well. It did get a bullish cross over the moving average. We got a green dot on our momentum wave, so number go up. We are struggling to get above 333 though. Can we get that break and continue to the upside? Is the ultimate question. More money said yes, Dex. Okay, let's go take a look at Doge Fork. I think you called it. Yeah, dork. Dork. Doge Fork. This is on Solana. You had a macro pump and a micro pump. Macro, macro, micro, micro. Seems to be a recurring pattern. Okay. Fully diluted value, liquidity. Liquidity to market cap ratio is really nice. That's like, what is that, 50%? That's huge. How many holders? You got a website and a Twitter. Almost 8,000 holders. It's pretty good. Somebody owns 15%. Hopefully that's an exchange. I'm going to assume. Yeah, maybe. We'll just be careful. There's no way to prove that. I mean, that I'm aware of at least. And then we got 3%. No, this has to be liquidity because this is half of the liquidity. The other half is probably stablecoin from people buying in. Okay, so that makes sense. This is liquidity. 27.4 times 2 is 71. Okay. What would be just below 71? So that's the only thing that makes sense for it to be liquidity. Huh, I don't know. Top traders. I do like to see who's made the most money. P&L sold 100. Somebody made 200 grand off this thing. Jeez, could you imagine? I mean, he bought 100K, so that's fair. He tripled his money. Good for him. Some dude turned 4K into 21K. Whew, that's pretty sick too. This guy's the biggest winner. 344 bucks into 10.5K. Let's go. All right, I don't mind it. Let's go look at the Twitter. Do they have a website? It's been a long time since we've done a deep dive on a meme coin. Doge Fork Dork. It's a Doge fork on Solana using bonk technology. 150 billion supply, just like Doge. To incorporate the Doge infinity supply thesis, the Dork rendition is leveraging the bonk creator fees back into the LP. All hail thy fork. Neat. That's cute. Are they active on X? Oh, account suspended. It's a little... I feel bad saying this because one of my favorite projects is our account suspended right now. I feel like account suspension on X is like a death sentence for a project. I really do. Tyler said, can you see that with Pinlink, the buys and sells? It's on ETH, so I believe you can, but it's not as detailed as Solana. That is one thing I will say. Solana has mastered on-chain data, whereas everyone else is kind of a crapshoot. That's embarrassing. I clicked on the wrong one. Yeah, see, you can see top traders. You can see all the transactions. Oh, 26,000 holders. That's pretty good. Liquidity protocol, 834,000 times 2 is 1.6 million. That makes sense. You got two of these are some kind of contract. Somebody owns $916,000 worth of this bad boy. But again, it could be an exchange. There's just no way to prove it. So yeah, that data's there for Pinlink as well. Polkadot. Let's see Polkadot get above 340, 350, and then we'll start talking. Farcoin up 31.99%. Did you guys buy the Farcoin dip? I wish I would have. Fluxa said, looks like a child made it. What's new? That's like most meme coins and utility coins, unfortunately. I don't know if you're aware. Most of these devs in crypto are children. Whether or not their age determines that is a completely different story, but volume on Farcoin looks crazy. Bullish crossover the moving average on the R side. Green dot on the momentum wave. Everything points to upside. Is it going to curl over right here on the R side? Maybe. Maybe. I like that 30% recovery though. Justin said, Ayo, how's everyone doing? I dropped a bunch on DOT before the crash. LOL. Dang. Tyler said he owned almost $1 million in Pinlink. Dang. Flex said Chinese sweatshop kids got new jobs. Or Indians? Okay, so 32% on Farcoin is crazy. CAS is up 7.42% on the day, currently trading at 61243. Can it get back to 7? I hope so. I feel bad. CAS has been underperforming for so long, and then it just got completely slaughtered during the stop. As far as I'm aware, this 5 level is like the last hurrah. If it loses that, then I'm losing faith. And that's probably not the way to approach things, but you know, I feel like I'm well diversified enough to not give a crap about a certain coin, and CAS would be that coin, unfortunately. So hopefully they make a move. You got a bullish cross over the moving average and the RSI, green dot on the momentum wave, so all the signs are there. You just need more volume. Avalanche is up 4.94% on the day, currently trading at 22.52, seemingly rejecting 23.20. We're in a nice little pocket though, pretty much between 20.78 and 23.20. We call this a pocket. We could trade in this range for forever. But if we hold 22.08, then that might give us the swing momentum needed to get above this 23 level and hopefully above 25. Got quite a ways to go to recover, but Avalanche is a project that I personally relatively believe in. It kind of lost, like, because this was a quick dip, I'm gonna go back here. Avalanche lost 3 months worth of grinding to the upside, so definitely got a lot of room to make up for. Chainlink is up 10.35% on the day, currently trading at 18.99, looking good. Can she get back above 20? That would be sick. We'll keep an eye on it for sure. Kind of danced around 17.50, held it very nicely. The wick went just as far as everything else did, but we got a bullish cross over the moving average and the RSI, seemingly rejecting the 50 level. Green dot on the momentum wave and a confirmed green dot on market cipher. Huge bullish potential there. Let's see if this thing blasts the upside. Next is Doge. Don't let me forget, guys, we got less than 1 minute remaining until the Bitcoin daily close contest, so I'm going to transition over to that. 12 people watching, make sure you guys smash the like button. It is required for you to participate in the daily close contest. Bitcoin 115, 116 even. Let's transition. Have you guys watched any of the spooky games or anything like that? I'm like an uploading frenzy today. I was kind of excited. I woke up at a decent time. Yesterday, I didn't want to say, I think I woke up at like 5 yesterday. As soon as I woke up, I was like, damn, I gotta get ready for my stream. All right, ladies and gentlemen, get your guesses ready for the daily close contest. 8 seconds remaining on the clock. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Happy Sunday, my friends. This is the daily and weekly close for Bitcoin, so it's going to be a big deal. First time in a long time that Bitcoin looks bad. Oh, delicious. Flexa said, I did 540 miles worth of driving around over the weekend. Monday here now. My lower back is hurting. Probably normal. Shite seats. You got to get the seat warmers, dude. The seat warmer feels amazing for back pain. Only during like the colder months, but isn't it cold there all the time? Also, 540 miles. Isn't that like the entire span of like Europe times 2? Tom Selleck's I saw this really sick video of these people moving their little like English boats through the canal. It was pretty cool. Tom Selleck's goat coming in with a 115 even. Very nice. Nice guess. I like it. Justin coming in with a 11516969. All right. I like that as well. Anything else? Can you guys hear the chair making little farty sounds? Did you hear that? How do I make that stop? I gotta spray it with WD-40 or something, some kind of grease. Flexa said, LMAO, Europe ain't that small. UK is, though. Europe's pretty small. Let me see. I'm gonna Google it. How many times could you put Europe into the United States? No joke. The most American thing in the world just happened to me. I misspelled United. Oh my gosh. You could fit 3 Europes in the United States. That's so crazy. Wow. That's adorable. It's pretty damn small, man. Pretty damn small, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Anybody else for the daily close contest? We have 2 people participating so far. Chance for you to win up to 300 smackaroos. Smackaronis. Spaghetti. 300 smalfredo. 300. What else is noodling? 300 ramen. That's like half the value. That's only like 150 bucks. Okay. Alexa said, bro, I went over a speed bump and my tire exploded. I had to get a call out replacement wheel rip off. That sucks so bad. Adam coming in with the guest. There we go, Adam. 115, 300. Alexa said, haha. If you count Russia as Europe, which half of it is? I don't think so. Alexa said it's bigger than America, right? I mean, if you count Russia, then yeah, for sure. I think Russia's the largest country in the world. Guys, you got 2 minutes. 2 minutes? 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining on the clock. Get your guesses in. Tom Scott said, me driving to In-N-Out is the same as you driving across the UK. Yeah, that cracks me up, dude. How do they got so many people? They got like such a hard... It's kind of embarrassing because their GDP is so high. And we're like, oh, we're America, blah, blah, blah. But our GDP is like trash compared to per capita all these other tiny countries. It's ridiculous. Japan smokes everyone per capita. Like, if you just measure square footage and you average it out, Japan is making the most money, I think. Without printing it. Flexa, back to your story about getting a flat tire. Me and a bunch of my friends are hanging out one time. And we're driving, and we're downtown. So it's like, we're on high alert because we all have, like, weed on us. And it was still illegal at the time. And we're underage as well. And there's cops everywhere. And they like, know my car. And we're driving, and all of a sudden I hear... I'm like, shit. I pop the tire, and I get out, and all my friends get out, and my car was full of people. All my friends get out, and I'm wrenching the wheel off. Okay, we got Tyler coming in too. I'm wrenching the wheel off, and it's 95 degrees out, which is hot for Michigan. It's super hot. And I'm sweating like crazy. All my friends, they like run into other people. They're like, hey, they're like hitting each other up and dapping each other up and whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, time's up. Thank you for participating. And I'm trying to get this damn tire off. And everyone's like hanging out, they're gossiping and whatever. I'm like, hey, can you guys effing help me? I was so pissed. They're like, what do you want us to do? I'm like, we got to change the tire if we're trying to leave. All right, we got Adam Salem, 115, 300. We've got Flexa with 115, 250 and 11 cents. We've got 115, 169, 69 with Justin. We've got Tyler with 115,000.01. Ooh, that's messed up, Tyler. That's actually messed up. We got 115 even with Tom Selleck's goat. Ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin currently trading at 115.99 and 0 pennies. It is currently in Tyler's gap, relatively decent sized gap, even though he stabbed Tom Selleck's goat in the back for that gap. But that is the name of the game. You got to respect it. There's a reason why he sits on the Iron Throne. Maybe Tom Selleck's goat will take a few pages out of Tyler's book and do some backstabbing of himself. Currently, Tom Selleck's goat and Fahid are the only two closest to Mr. Tyler. Next closest being 8 away. Tyler said, I had a bad day, so I'm sorry. Don't be a weenie. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got 2 minutes and 58 seconds remaining on the clock. Bitcoin currently trading 115, 107, and 89 cents. Is Justin going to be made a potential contender here, or is the price going to dump so far that nobody wins? That is the ultimate question. I don't think that there's anybody below these fellas. Tom Selleck's goat is the lowest at 115 even. And unfortunately, the price is currently in the middle of a red candle. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, getting a little more dumpy. Tyler said, sorry, you suck. Flexa said, pump it to me, CZ. That's disgusting. That might be the gayest thing I've ever seen Flexa ever say. Look at all these double-digit altcoin gains, though. This is pretty delicious, I gotta admit. Farcoin's my favorite. 32% is pretty sick. All right, guys, we got a match here. 115 even and 115 and 1 penny from Tyler. Between Tyler and Tom Selleck's goat. Currently, Tyler is in the lead. Bitcoin 115, 36 and 41 cents. What's it going to be? We got 1 minute and 53 seconds remaining on the clock. Flexa said, bruh. Pump it to me, CZ. Oh, that's good. That's good. It's because I went to Yorkshire. Whoa! Bitcoin 115 and 5 cents. Very close to Tyler's guess. What is going on here, ladies and gentlemen? Are we about to have an interesting daily close? What? 115, 18 and 58 cents. Tyler said it would be so savage for Tom to win. He's penny under. That would be pretty sick. Cheers, guys. Happy Sunday. 114, 9.95 and 89 cents. You got 1 minute and 14 seconds remaining. This may be the first no-winner game in October. I don't like that. Now it's sitting at Tyler's price. We got one candle remaining. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the candle that will determine the fate of our winner. Are we going to close a flat line, or is it going to get a little bit more dumpy and hopefully not cost me $300? Okay, there we go. 114, 940. No, I'm making up numbers now. 114, 965 and 14 cents. Uh-oh. The stream is rugging. I'm just kidding. Wouldn't that be a bitch? 114, 965 and 14 cents. 31 seconds remaining on the clock. This is the candle, like I said, that will determine the fate of the winner. Tyler said, what if it was 115.05? You pay out 40? No, then I would pay out 20. 114, 958 and 81 cents. 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Getting a little bit dumpy here, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin daily and weekly close. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. No winner for the daily close contest today. The Bitcoin daily close price 114,958 and 80 cents. 114,958 and 80 cents. I repeat, 114,958 and 80 cents. Let me just triple check. 114,958.80. That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. Spam the bananas in the chat for me for not having to pay anybody a prize today. You guys learned nothing. You learned nothing from the mass liquidation event. Everyone's too bullish again. What the hell's wrong with you guys? All right, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat for me, because today I'm the winner. Y'all were too bullish, like I said. Congratulations, Bitcoin, for closing out another week above $100,000 like it was nothing, even after a mass liquidation event larger than anything we've ever seen in the history of cryptocurrency, or probably the world, let's be completely honest. She's still holding strong, so y'all can't do shit. Congratulations, me. And my prize is none of your business. None of your goddamn business. That's what my prize is. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Very cool. I'm going to spam my own bananas right here. Excuse me while I do this live on stream. Feels good. Feels good, man. All right, folks, let's continue. Where were we? Doge. Doge down 0.44 cents the daily close, currently trading at 26.24. We bounced at 17,910 very nicely. Textbook bounce pretty much. 22 is the next point of resistance. Are we going to get above that? We got a bullish cross for the moving average and the RSI. Green dot on our momentum wave and a confirmed green dot on market cipher. Is this going to send the price exponentially higher? I don't know. It is a 4-hour time frame. Flex said, are you short? Me? Like position or like height? I feel like you could tell that I'm average because if I was short, I would be like, what do you mean am I short? I'm not short, I'm tall. I'm like averagely tall. That video of that guy in the bagel shop, dude, I kind of feel bad for that guy, but you can't do that, dude. You can't do that. A short king is someone who's confident. You can't be like a weird weenie in the bagel shop. What is wrong with you? Like, it has nothing to do with your height. You just suck ass. Crypto. Okay. I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure, man. No, I'm not sure. I'm in no position right now because I'm kind of a pussy. Adam Salem said 4-9. Tyler said, what's effed up is I was going to go under, LOL. I feel like you can say that about every time, though. Tyler said, position, no height. He's 4'11". My portfolio is 4'11" now after fucking Friday. Jeez. No offense to anyone who's 4'11". I love you. Near is down 0.12% since the daily close, seemingly rejecting 251. Can we get above 250 again? We are at 243, or I'm sorry, 245 at 3. Hold above 234 right now. We got a nice bounce at 221, which is awesome. We got above this purple trend line, which goes all the way back to July. Wow. Pretty decent. So, can we get a bounce here? Near actually seems to have held up relatively decent. As far as the chart goes, it looks good to me. Tom Salk Scout said, holy shoot, Robinhood overnight just opened up big, did it? Ooh, should we open up long? Let me go look. I'm excited. I'm gonna go look. I'm excited. I actually just added my Robinhood on Friday. I deposited after all that carnage. Are you crazy? Whoa! It really did. Let's go. What are we buying, boys? Should we buy more Applied Digital? I'm thinking, I don't know. I kind of want to get more AMD, but it is pretty up there. I get a little bit of SMR as well, not as much as I would like. I don't know yet. I haven't allocated my funds. It did open up big though. That is pretty exciting. Exciting stuff. Number go up, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first. Number go up. I repeat. Number go up. Adam said, is it too late for SWE? What do you mean, up or down? I need context. Tom Sox Goat. Yep, I read that. Tyler said, my dick is 4'11", 4 centimeter, 11 millimeter. What? Flexa said, get a flathead one so you can rest your burr on her head. Chewy said, who bought the dip? What's going on, Chewy? How you doing, my friend? Happy Sunday. Happy to see you. How did you enjoy Friday? Did anybody watch it live? Because I completely missed it. I was at work like once, 2 or 3 times before noon. I checked my phone and I was like, oh, I should have opened that stupid short. Didn't. And then I'm driving home like 6 hours later, and I check. And I'm like halfway through my drive home. Sometimes I check it, sometimes I don't. I open up TradingView and I see everything's down 50%. I was like, whoa! And then I opened up a long position and made like 60%. It was pretty sick. Chewy said STX Morpho Ondo is what I bought. Nice. Very nice. Oh, excuse me. Manuel Vera said, yes, I did. Dude, that must have been a nightmare. I genuinely do not know how I would have reacted if I would have watched it live, because that's a big drop. Seeing it like the aftermath, because it drops and then it stops. When it stops and then it calms down and then it starts going up again, whatever, it doesn't really feel that bad. But when it's dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping and getting more and more, and you're like, it can't go down any further, and then the candle goes like this, and you're like, whoa. That's when people panic sell. Chewy said I was market buying it live. That's so sick. 0.28 STX, 0.6 Ondo, 1.15 Morpho. That's so awesome. Chewy's the guy. Chewy's the guy that had the short open. He's the guy that had the short open like up to a minute before it happened. Manuel Vera said I got Ondo at 40. I was buying. Nice. That's awesome. Hell yeah. I feel like I'm winning vicariously through you guys. Adam Salem said, you think SWE will hit $3 again? I don't know, actually. That's a good question. Let me finish Pengu really quick. Pengu, having trouble getting above 25.73. It's sitting at 25.49 though. So maybe it made a hold 25 and then continue up from 25. It's a nice psychological number. You got a bullish cross over your moving average on the RSI and a green dot on your momentum wave, signaling further upside. I would love to see it get above this 25.73 because our next support level is all the way back down to 22. So we'll see what happens. Silver continuing its massive run, currently $50.21. Where do you guys think silver's going to max out? DXY 0.18, MicroStrategy down 4.84 since Friday. NASDAQ chill. S&P also chill. Bitcoin 0.14 since the close. Let's go take a look at SWE really quick. Do we think SWE will ever hit $3 again? I'm going to say yeah. Not financial advice, but yeah, absolutely. I don't know if it's going to happen soon or late. I have no clue. I don't know if it's going to happen this week. I don't know if it's going to happen this month. I don't know if it's going to happen this year. But I do feel like $3 should be relatively easy for SWE. It probably happened. Not financial advice. Totally speculating here. Next couple days, as long as nothing crazy happens. But something crazy could very easily happen. We know, if like the president of some foreign country wipes his butt the wrong way, the market's dumb. So you gotta be careful. Flexa said, I was in Yorkshire dodging sheep abusers. Fahid said, damn, the notification was buried in my phone. Haha. Flexa said, lots of cows there. Tyler said, stop, drop, pull it down, hot, whoa, whoa. I don't know what that means. Adam Salem said, thanks for the financial advice. Absolutely. Not. You remember when that was a big thing? I remember in like middle school, not just saying something and then being like, not at the end of it. That's so stupid. God, we're idiots. Adam Salem said, going all in now. He said, NFA. LOL, Adam. Nothing should be taken as financial advice here. Unless you're talking about signing up for a Bitunix to potentially get liquidated. Not financial advice. I will earn a commission for every liquidation. I'm going full Binance now, CZ. All right. Bitcoin chilling. Congratulations, me, because y'all were too bullish. Let's go on to our news articles, guys. Make sure you smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. Just Have Fun said, yo, what's going on? Just Have Fun. We got the Kobayashi letter publishing. China says new export controls on rare earths are not a ban on exports, and applications that meet regulations will be approved. China says they are willing to strengthen dialogue to better maintain stability of global industrial and supply chains. Are we back? I think we are, ladies and gentlemen. Not financial advice, though. Of course. Me, or Meme 69696969, everybody knows him, on X posted the COVID crash from 2020 and Trump's China tariff crash from 2025. They look awfully similar, and right after the COVID crash in 2020, number go up exponentially. So potentially, after this one, number could go up potentially exponentially. Flex said, LMAO, people told their dads and uncles to buy with their pensions and inheritance, and it... Stop, that's messed up. That's so messed up. But like, all the people that just retired, that's so crazy. All right, we got next. China appears to soften their stance on recent rare earths export controls. China now says the recent change is not a full export ban. Applications that meet regulations will be approved. Willing to engage in deeper dialogue. Looks for global industrial and supply chain stability. Relevant impact of export controls is very limited. Calls that this a necessary defensive action. China also adds that they will take measures if the U.S. persists in raising tariffs. Weren't we supposed to get a confirmed trade deal? What happened with that? That was like April. It's been like 6 months, bro. What's going on? If President Trump responds and de-escalates on Sunday, markets are set for a big jump on Monday. The reactivity of markets to Trump's post remains incredibly high. More clarity is now being obtained. Follow us for real-time news. Investors are waking up to some major news from China. The entire tariff crash on October 10th may have just been one big misunderstanding between Trump and Xi. The news, I love that it's, the idea that it was like a mistranslation cracks me up. Xi is like, we don't want trouble. And then it like mistranslates to like, we don't want deal or something. And Trump is like, F you. And he presses the big red button. The The news about China's rare earth export controls came out on October 9th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 26 hours before Trump posted about it. This was a non-news event until President Trump posted about it. Over 1 day later, last night, China released a statement clarifying their export controls on rare earths. In their response, China said the news controls are not a full export ban and applications that meet regulations will be approved. Amid the market's downturn on Friday, our view was that the 100% tariff announcement by Trump was a bargaining chip. After China's statement last night, we believe the odds of Trump's 100% tariff on China, that's funny, going into effect are extremely low. The largest crypto liquidation in history and a $2.5 trillion loss of the S&P 500 market cap appears to have been driven by one big misunderstanding. We expect another trade deal soon. Hell yeah. Flexus said Fahid said liquidations were the largest in history, 19 bill, they say, but some analysts suggest 400 billion. LOL. Damn, man, how many degens are there? Oh, if you count dexes, 400 billion actually probably makes sense. Flexus said, right, LMAO. That's wild how hard people ape. Fahid said 100. Flexus said, he revenge traders will get smashed too, I reckon. Yeah, for sure. Fahid said that would suck. Tom Self-Scout said, LOL, these posts about a misunderstanding. If you don't know, at this point, all Trump does is lie and cheat for his own financial gain. I can't help you. Flexus said, all politicians and leaders do. They're all scumbags, dominants, looking for 60 again. Don't say that. Don't say those words, Flexa. I will demod you. Breaking. Vice President J.D. Vance continues de-escalation with China following China's clarifying statement last night. VP Vance says, we appreciate the friendship between Trump and Xi. President Trump hopes the U.S. won't need to use leverage on China. President Trump is willing to be reasonable negotiator with China. Is a Trump-Xi meeting announcement coming next? I wonder if J.D. Vance said sorry. President Trump says, don't worry about China. It'll all be fine. I like the fact that, like, it seems like he was, like, drunk on Friday. And he was like, oh, they're not going to get the best of me. And he, like, put out a tweet and then passed out. Trump says, China's President Xi just had a bad moment. There it is. The Sunday pre-futures open post we've been waiting for. Trump literally said this. I'm going to quote it. Don't worry about China. It will all be fine. Highly respected President Xi just had a bad moment. He doesn't want depression for his country, and neither do I. Neither do I. It's a great country. Not as great as us, but it's great. The USA wants to help China, not hurt it. President DJT. Buy my stock. That's great. That's some good stuff, man. Oh my gosh, he's doing the Nazi salute. What a Nazi. China blames President Trump and the US for escalating trade war. He's like, just... I like the fact that they're blaming us, and then they're just like, let's cause another Holocaust. This is an awful picture. If that's not, like, propaganda, I don't know what is, man. I will say, Trump's spray tan is starting to look a lot better. I don't know if he figured out how to do his eyes without covering them up with the weird little goggle things, but around his eyes looks a lot more even. Justin China says it will stand firm against U.S. tariffs. We do not want a tariff war, but we are not afraid of one. What a pussy. Bitcoin 115, 441, and 1 penny. Looking good. Shall we continue the pump episode, or is this all one big misunderstanding as well? Flex said, I'll jinx it. Voodoo talker. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Actually, good talk. Tom Salksgoat said ETH will pump at open of market tomorrow. I hope, and drop that dominance. Flexa said, OF, let me lick G's ass. G reminds me of one of them lizards that eat goats. The kimono dragons. Tom Self's goat might be in danger. All right, let's continue. Bitcoin 115, 428, and 6 cents. Looking good. USDT issuer Tether CEO Paolo Arduino says Bitcoin and gold will outlast any other currency. Yes, it will. Michael Saylor hints at buying more Bitcoin. Don't stop believing. Let's go. Euro Zappelli said 6 billion liquidation at 116K. Hell yeah. Vice President J.D. Vance says President Trump is willing to be a reasonable negotiator with China on tariffs. That was, I think, the most adorable quote out of that whole thing. Sailor's buying more Bitcoin. China declined U.S. phone call after export controls announcement. That's probably the biggest problem. That's probably the situation. Like Trump tried to call you, dude, and he put him on ignore, and Trump was like, "F this, 100% tariffs. We'll see if you don't pick up my call next time." Kimono Dragons, cool them. I want one. I can't say why, but I will feed it well. Blake Vega said some of these charts are the dip really well. Yes, they are. White House official Greer says financial markets will calm in the coming week. $225 million worth of crypto shorts liquidated in the past 2 hours. That was 7 hours ago. President Trump says, don't worry about China. It will all be fine. Xi Jinping doesn't want a depression for his country, and neither do I. Binance covers, this cracks me up. Binance covers 283 million in user losses after its tokens depegged on Friday. 283 million. They basically, Binance is the biggest exchange, so they got the biggest chunk of that $19.8 billion of liquidations, which are apparently being estimated as more. And they gave back 283 million, which is freaking nothing. As far as I'm concerned, and I'm not somebody that lost money, so I'm a little bit biased, but they could take that 283 million and shove it way up their ass. What a huge slap in the face. It's like robbing a bank, and then while you're driving out, you like toss $100 bill out the window. You're like, here for your trouble. It's like the most backhanded apology ever. Trump on China, and then we read it. We read it already. I don't know why I have it on here again. CME Group, 1 week until options on Solana and XRP futures. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Flexa said buy pants is greater than Binance. Tom Stokes Code said SNX, my God. Yeah, number go up, man. We're getting a little pumpy here. Bitcoin 115, 542. Alts are starting to wake up already. What's going on? Kobe yesterday letter posted a key events this week. OPEC monthly report on Monday. Fed Chair Powell speaks Tuesday. New York Fed Manufacturing Index on Wednesday. Philly Fed Manufacturing Index on Thursday. NAHB Housing Market Index on Thursday. 10% of S&P 500 companies report earnings, and the data blackout on the U.S. government shutdown continues. Okay, this is a long one, so bear with me. This is a pretty big news segment today. There's a lot of news that came out over the weekend, so I'm going to go over as much of it as I can, and this is what this is. We spent the last 10 months analyzing every single tariff development. Here's the exact playbook for investors. 1. Trump puts out cryptic posts on tariffs coming for a specific country or sector. Markets drift lower. Trump announces large tariff rate, 50%, and markets crash, shake out weak positions. Dip buyers step in, but the head fake really leads to fresh lows where smart money buying begins. After the market closes on Friday, President Trump doubles down on new tariffs to apply pressure. On Saturday, the targets of the new tariff typically respond on comments. On Sunday, before the futures open, Trump posted an announcement saying he is working on a solution. Futures open on a sharply higher Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, but begin losing momentum into Monday open. After the Monday open, Treasury Secretary Bessent appears on live TV and reassures investors. Over the next 2 to 4 weeks, various members of the Trump administration tease a trade deal. Trump announces a new trade deal and the stock market hits record highs. Repeat from step 1. Part of our strong year-to-date performance comes from the following exact playbook in times of trade tensions. The U.S. is currently on step number 6 with China. Sunday before futures open, Trump posted, and we just read that the post happened. So 7 is futures open on a sharply higher Sunday, 6 p.m., which also I think just happened. Monday, it's probably going to, or the next 2 to 4 weeks, probably going to calm down unless we get an early trade deal. Game over. Crypto has now added over $550 billion in market cap since 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time bottom on Friday. This was one of the largest. It was the largest wealth transfers in crypto history. Markets can be brutal game. Total crypto market cap hits 4.1 trillion. Trump announces 100% tariff on China. Total crypto market cap falls to 800 billion. Falls 800 billion to 3.3 trillion. Crypto adds 500 billion on China-Trump statements. We're still well below our 4.1 trillion high, but what are you going to do? Next, we got financial markets are evolving. The $19.5 billion crypto liquidation and $2.5 trillion equity market crash on October 10th have highlighted a crucial point. Markets in 2025 have evolved to their most reactionary form in history. When you couple this with record levels of leverage, a FOMO-inducing market, and heavy participation by algorithmic traders, it becomes violent. Headlines and posts are now able to move trillions of dollars in market cap in a matter of minutes. In our view, there has never been a more exciting time to be an investor than now, and the ability to remain objective and capitalize on emotional swings in the market is alpha in 2025. We're ready for another big week ahead. Let's freaking go, ladies and gentlemen. Tyler said, I just want Moon. Flexus said, I told my mom the prices will be higher than where they crashed from by the end of the month, and I bet I'm right, because Q4 and cycle are gonna cycle. Exactly. Robert Kiyosaki said today, I believe silver and Ethereum are the best. Interesting. What? He's normally a Bitcoin guy. I actually didn't realize how big of a deal this was when I saved it. People are calling this October. A lot can happen in 21 days. This would be the first red October after a green September. Ever. This never happened before. We get a green September, we get a green October. Every single time. Every single time. This would be the first time. The market is now at Fear 35. Still not the worst we've seen this year. Insight pullbacks are very common in any bull cycle. We've already seen 5 major pullbacks in the last 2 years. Where do we go next? This is what I like. The largest liquidation event in crypto history. And it just looks like, this is what the chart looks like. I'm just saying. It's annoying when people say, oh, just zoom out, dude. But you do, unfortunately, it's that easy. Just zoom out. Jack Dorsey urges tax-free small Bitcoin payments for everyday use. Man of the people. $6 billion in shorts will be liquidated when Bitcoin hits 116K. We are $580,000 away. Flexus said octopussies, L bears. Bitcoin 115, 437, and 72 cents. Looking good. Can we go higher? Is Creed going to take us higher? Forbes declares Trump one of the largest Bitcoin holders in America with over $870 million in Bitcoin exposure. It's probably so much more than that. Stock Money Lizards posted Bitcoin How to Free Liquidity Part 2. We got the COVID crash. We've got China tariffs. Pretty similar. Pretty similar. Now, after the COVID crash, there was a little dipperoonie and then a continuation. I don't know if this counts as a little dipperoonie or if we're going to get a little dipperoonie later and then continuation, but we do have to keep that in mind for sure. Michael Saylor posted, Bitcoin is money, everything else is credit. Absolute legend, another banger quote. The Bitcoin magazine posted the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index is back at extreme fear. Hashtag, or I'm sorry, they didn't hashtag it, just hold. Let's go check the regular, whoops, Fear and Greed. I hate this one, but it's at 38, which is fear. Cool. This guy's at 31, which is fear, which is better. So F the other one, because they forgot to measure 15% of their data. Altcoin season is in shambles. And we will get back to you on the rest. All right. Next, we got this crash is temporary. Hold Bitcoin. This is a great post. A little historic post here. This shows you the ultimate patience. This is from, it looks like either 2015 or 2011. This guy said, well, Bitcoin has stabilized at almost exactly $14 a coin. I'm tired of waiting for a jump, so I'm taking the loss and getting my cash back. What did he do with that cash, you ask? Probably nothing. That is my biggest thing. What are you going to do with the cash right now to where you cannot wait 3 to 6 months? Did you overexpose yourself that much? Great. Flex said, Jim Cramer said, we're back. All right, guys, let's open up short positions. Just kidding. Not financial advice. Michael Vandepop posted, this is the bottom on altcoins and Bitcoin. I can't stand it when people still use hashtags. They literally, asked you to stop because it doesn't do anything. The biggest liquidation crash in history, COVID, was the bottom of the previous cycle. This is the bottom of the current cycle. Let's freaking go. This gentleman, Simon Dixon, warned about a massive market rug in this clip last week. Wall Street will create market panic to steal your Bitcoin. watch. So if you want to go check this out, Bitcoin Archive, highly recommend you guys follow them. Brilliant guys. Whoever's posting over there, they know what the hell they're talking about. We literally called, I think, the 125K top from the Bitcoin Archive. It might not have been that. Maybe it was like 100K or something. But this is like early this year, or maybe even late last year. And we marked them all on the chart, and I made my own little bearish predictions, like 5K underneath theirs. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Whale Guru posted, tomorrow is Monday. All tariff FUD will be gone. Bitcoin will make a new all-time high next week. All longs have already been liquidated. Now is the time to gigasend altcoins to effing stratosphere. Let's freaking go. And then last but not least, we got Mustache posting altcoins. I think the biggest crash of all time is also the starting signal for the bull season, or for the biggest alt season in at least 4 years. Make the best of it. Make sure you guys don't become that person that's like, oh, well, when this happened, I left, and then it all went up 150x. And that is why we are living in a camper van in Uncle Mickey's mansion driveway, because Uncle Mickey held all of his crypto and I sold all of mine. Don't end up in Uncle Mickey's driveway. I don't know anyone that has an Uncle Mickey, but he sounds like he would be fun as hell. And he would definitely hold Bitcoin. All right, portfolio updates. Everyone's probably begging for this. We got 10, 11 people watching me. Make sure you guys smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. The 1K to 10K Grok portfolio from February of this year is currently down $202. Not that bad. Pretty decent recovery. See what happens when you sell the bottom? You just lose money. Everyone's like, I lost so much money. You didn't lose any money unless you sold or got liquidated. If you're leverage trading your entire bag, it's unfortunately a very expensive lesson to learn. Anyways, off topic. We have one asset in profit here, which is Solana. The rest are down. Starting from the bottom, Fetch is down $50. Aptos is down $36. Shib is down $31. Render is down $25. Proppy's down $22. Near is down $19. Ondo's down $18. Doge is down $15. ADA is down $9. And Solana is up $18. Next, we got the Memecoin portfolio, which is currently down $277. All of these assets are down right now. Starting from the bottom, GigaChad is down $131. SNEK is down $46. Pepe is down $43. WIP is down $35. And Doge is down $23. And then we got our narrative portfolio, my favorite, and what was once upon a time the most stable. I don't really know anymore. I'm just going to call it the most stable still. It is down. It is down $29. This portfolio is made up of one meme coin, one artificial intelligence coin, one decentralized physical infrastructure coin, one real world asset coin, and one gaming coin. And it is absolutely killing it. Even now, we have 2 assets in the green, 3 in the red. Starting from the bottom, Fetch is down $35. VeChain is down $30. Mana is down $5. Pepe is up $7. And Tau is up $32. Looking good. And then last but not least, the perfect entry portfolio, which I will say this would be a perfect entry. So if you're building your own perfect entry portfolio, not financial advice, when everyone is screaming that the market is over, it's a good time to buy. Not financial advice. Perfect entry portfolio is only down $74. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Every single asset in this portfolio is voted on by you guys, the community, and we've only added one asset at a time when the market was in peak fear and everybody insisted the bull market was over and we were going to zero. Starting from the bottom, we have 4 assets in the green. Starting from the bottom, Avalanche is actually got hit the worst, which is crazy. We did buy the Pico top of Avalanche, unfortunately. Avalanche is down $35. Render's down $33. The Graph is down $24. Pith is down $22. Sui is down 9. Ondo's down 9. ETH is up 7. Sol is up 10. Crow is up 11. And Chainlink is still up a whopping 26. I feel really bad about Avalanche. Render is to be expected, but we definitely bought the Pico top of Avalanche and it makes me feel dumb. But it is what it is. You can't win them all. And that's it for the portfolio update. Let's go refresh our liquidation heat map and see where we're at. After hours. Looks pretty decent. Bitcoin dominance, 59.56. Is she going to continue? What's it going to be? All right, liquidation heat map, 12 hour. Zoom in a little bit here. Ooh, okay. Getting a little spicy up here. We got 115,900. Okay. And then I think the top one is going to be fine. Down below, 114, 197. And that goes all the way down to, I'll go right here, 110, 221. Interesting. Okay, so that's the same. There's definitely more liquidity to the downside, which is unfortunate because these guys just got wiped out. Why would you open up positions again? They are going to wick straight down there and just destroy you in 2 seconds. Like nothing. Plexus said 100K in Bitcoin now. Wait as long as it takes for it to 10x, probably by 2030, and laugh. Crypto is greater than stocks. Start stacking newbies. Hell yeah. I think we're pretty much set. Hopefully I got a hat back on for an emergency stream, but I suppose we can call it early evening. Get to some video games. As always, guys, if Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Happy Sunday. Smash the like button on your way out, and good night.